Would you like to say something, Mrs. Thompson?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go to Clyde and his staff.
Trustee Akana, you got me all mixed up. I thought what is on the agenda is
A
the
nomination.
nomination of Papahanaumokuakea to the Marine National Monument and
Inscription.
the UNESCO World Heritage List.
Yeah.
Now, when you were talking about OHA being one of the trustees, I'm with you 100%, but I don't think that's
That's correct. That's not an issue here right now.
that is at the level of who's
That's your wish
the
list.
boss of the monument. But today, it's to talk about the nomination.
The inscription,
list.
correct.
And I
You're
hope you
correct.
can
If I
support
may follow up, Auntie Laura.
We use your microphone.
What you said made sense to me. Even though it is, what's on the agenda is for us to say we support this monument. What I'm saying is that when you say that, you're also saying that you agree with everything that the document that creates the monument is saying. You see where I'm going? And that's where my conflict, that's where my conflict is.
Thank you.
Okay, with that then, I'd like to turn to the administrator.
Okay. Madam Chair, trustees.
Unless there's some
I have a
objection.
question, Madam Chair. Either of
Trustee Heath?
you or the administrator or
Yes.
council.
Yes.
Just what exactly is before us?
The nomination.
Yesterday, I understand that. Yesterday, the matter was brought to BAE strictly as an update, my understanding.
Briefly.
If it's an update and there's no recommendation from the BAE, what's before us?
Let's have the administrator or CEO engage in this discussion.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I'd like to also call Heidi to
Yep.
the table as
Heidi,
well.
come on.
Madam Chair, as you will recall, the last action regarding Papahanaumokuakea that the board took was in 2006. And that action essentially said that we were to negotiate a meaningful role for the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, which we attempted to do. And, listening to Apoliona, I think that we've been fairly successful in that charge that you gave us in 2006. Do we want to be a co-trustee? Absolutely. Have we given up on that? Absolutely not. The action that we are asking you to consider today really gets specifically to the issue of the nomination. We believe that this action is appropriately taken here at the board level, since this matter was originally within your jurisdiction, and that's why we've asked and consulted with the board counsel to put the matter on the agenda here. And so we do have a motion for your consideration, which we can surface now, or if you have any further questions for Heidi based on the memo that was issued today, we would be happy to respond to that as well.
Questions, trustees, for the administrator, Heidi or Heidi? Okay.
Madam Chair?
Questions for Clyde or Heidi? Go ahead, Trustee Akana.
Yeah, I have a question, which is a follow-up of Judge Heaney's question. What is on the agenda today does not suggest that this is an item we're going to vote on. As he reiterated, it was an update and discussion yesterday. So if there was supposed to be a vote on this issue, it should have been the recommendation of that committee. The fact that this is on the agenda doesn't mean that that gives it the okay for us to just go ahead and vote on a motion. There is no motion. I mean, there is no action to be taken. And the other thing is, under HRS, when you have an item like this on an agenda, you're supposed to indicate whether or not you're going to take action, because the general public has a right to come in and give their opinion. When an item is put on an agenda like this, which suggests there is no action, the beneficiary has no opportunity to come in and to give their opinion. That's what the HRS is all about. That the general public has a right to come in and speak on whatever the agenda is. But if you put something on here that looks like just discussion, and then when you come to the table, there's an action item being submitted, that is not cricket. It is not. It is not.
Just to make a comment here, we spent an hour and a half yesterday briefing. We're spending nearly an hour today, so there's been opportunity for many voices to come. I'm going to just turn to the board counsel after Mr. Namu said he conferred with counsel in terms of this item.
Well, I don't know exactly what the question is, but
Well, that's the question. What's the question?
what's the question? The question is, I take it, whether or not you can give the administrative direction on how to handle the item of nominating Papahanaumokuakea as a national monument for UNESCO. So yesterday was a briefing in BAE. Today it's in the public session, so the public can comment. Room
Well,
is full of people, more than you get at most meetings.
Are we
and-
being asked to support the nomination? That nomination has already gone in years ago.
I think, Trustee Heath, the question from a legal standpoint is whether or not you can vote on a motion to support the nomination today. I think that's the legal issue.
And what's your answer?
Yes.
I say no.
Okay.
Not on the agenda as a motion to support the nomination.
All right.
All it says is nomination.
Right.
Does that give notice of a vote that's going to be taken?
We don't usually publish the motion in conjunction with the agenda.
But
You
the
folks
item is usually listed as support for, not just nomination.
support for nomination, direction to the CEO. You folks can make a motion on the table. You can
I
make a motion.
understand that, but the public is entitled to more than just the notice nomination.
The public could have been present yesterday for the BAE meeting. They can't be present here today.
But they weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't, the public wasn't advised that there was going to be an action by this board on the nomination.
I don't know, it's comparable to other agendas though where you folks take action.
That's
You take action in executive
dodging
session.
the issue, Bob.
So, is it your advisement that, I think Mr. Namu has something that he'd
I
like
think
the
the trustees
trustees
can
to
make a
consider?
motion. They can make a motion to table this, they can make a motion to support it. You've had full and fair discussion, they became an open meeting on the subject, been briefed on it, public is here, so I guess I do disagree.
Trustee Stanley, you want to be recognized?
Madam Chair, just to move this thing along, if I could go ahead and make the motion, and we can discuss it, and we vote on it.
Okay.
Now, those trustees who would have an issue with it can confer with counsel as to, what to do or how we handle